What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Stellar Lumens today, XLM USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 27th day of September. Here we are at about 36 cents with 6 minutes left in the day, 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in the day here. By the end of this video, we should be in the new day, the 28th of September. I would expect this video goes on a little bit longer. What it looks like we're doing here is we're looking for a new low. I highly doubt that this is it and that we're going to turn around and move up from here. We probably see slightly lower prices, and then from there we can move up. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, Sunday, was a green day. The main reason I think that is just, I was looking at all the Sundays throughout this range, and it's pretty 50-50, red and green. It's like half of them are red, half of them are green. But the last two Sundays in a row have been red, in which case, maybe we're due for a green one. But beyond that, let's actually do the hard work here. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour, the daily time frame. Look at our indicators and see if we can come up with a more valid reason as to why Sunday might be green or red, potentially red. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, the RSI is somewhat bullish, I must admit. I don't like that you've broken out of this uptrend here and you've come down like this. You're finding resistance at the 60. I don't like that. I would kind of think that you come down. Perhaps you come down a little bit just to start off Sunday and then you come back up. It is possible that you could close Sunday red, though. Rejecting the overbought zone here. The MACD is scooping the zero, but the 1 hour time frame isn't as reliable on the MACD, especially whenever you're moving sideways. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to that or count on that too much. The RSI and the stochastics look bearish. Let's look at the 4 hour. Maybe it'll be different. The 4 hour on the RSI, it's bearish, but you've got this little glimmer of bullish hope here. Right here, you found resistance pretty immediately. Here, it's like a nice little peak. Here as well. Here you've got this little plateau. Different behavior begets different results, one would think, but maybe we go lower first. Not getting a whole lot off the RSI. If anything, it's bearish overall. If anything, it's bearish. So we'll stick with the bearishness. Stochastics look good. You just haven't done anything, and you're at a point to reject now. That might be bearish, and the MACD is bearish overall as well, so I don't know, not looking good for a green Sunday. Maybe it will be a red Sunday. All in all, we are at areas that we found support at before. I would think that we do not go to this high here, but we probably instead will find resistance at this low here, something like that, where this low and this point of resistance was, where these points of support were right here. That would be at about 38 cents. We're at 36 cents now. Let's see if there's any fibs that line up with that level, high to low. 38.6 cents is the golden ratio, in which case we might see that. 37.8 cents is the 0.5. Something, anything, and everything around that area might be the next point where we find a lower high. We move up a little bit and then we find resistance there and come down. If not, if you want to prove me wrong, I think it would be a really good look to have some kind of double bottom here. You are set up for an Eve and Adam pattern, or it could be Eve and Eve, whatever. If you get above this point here, you guys understand Stellar Lumens has found its low. I'm predicting that it goes lower based off what I think with Ethereum and what I think with Bitcoin. But regardless of both of them, if Stellar itself can get above, and I would really think just getting above this, let alone closing above this, could get above 41.4 cents, I would stand to believe that this is the low. I just don't think that you found your low here, but it's very possible. If you get up above here, there's no arguing it at that point. That's the low. You're breaking out. You're moving higher. You're ready to go. But until then, I am going to think you're going lower. And if you're going lower, and again, here we are at 36 cents right now. You might move up to like 38 cents, give or take a fraction of a penny here or there. But low to high, if you are going lower, I think 32.7 cents to 30 cents might be a good area to line up with. We put this 1272. We put a horizontal line right there at the 1272 like this. Put a horizontal line at the golden ratio like this, something like that. Delete the Fibonacci. You can see that down here, this is where we found resistance before, right in the area that we might expect based off of this fib extension, right? Based off of this here, 1272 to the 1618. Those two white lines come in directly with this prior resistance, even a little bit of support there, somewhat significant throughout this area. It makes sense that might be where we go. Low to high here. Not the fake out high. It's also kind of right above our golden ratio. 30 cents to 33.4 cents. One of those two, man. That's where we're going to go. It's unlikely that we stop between the 0.5 and the golden ratio. It's like you're either going to stop here at the 0.5, maybe just barely below it, maybe. So you hit this top line here. or you inevitably do go to the golden ratios. So I have a feeling, looking at that fib there, which I think is pretty significant, looking at that there, I have a feeling that, let's see, that this range, we might be stopping a little bit outside of it, either to the upside or to the downside. So yeah, 33 cents, 29 cents, somewhere in that area, that's where we're going to go. We're at 36 cents now, so a little bit lower nonetheless. Up first, 38 cents, down next, right? Lower high, lower low. That's what we're going to do. And I would expect that this low comes in sometime in early October, the first week of October. We should be bouncing at that point and breaking out then. I think the end of October is going to be bullish. I do have a theory that Bulltober, Uptober, that bullish month of October that everybody's expecting, I have a feeling it's going to open up red, and then we're going to close green. But we'll see. Time will tell. All in all, though, the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I'm not too excited on. So if we don't move up first, perhaps we do just move straight down. Don't count on the fact that we're moving up to 38 cents. I wouldn't hold my breath over it. I'm certainly not saying sell here. But if I was looking to buy, no matter if we moved up a little bit or down a little bit, whatever, I'd probably just wait until we're at 33 cents or lower. And then if proven wrong and you want to buy, maybe once we get above here, then it's time to buy. And you never know, right? If it comes down, whatever, just when you do buy, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but when you do buy, have conviction. It doesn't matter if the price comes down a little bit, just hold through it, right? Sometimes you got to hold through the pain. And sometimes with that, it's good to DCA for that reason, right? Where you just put in a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit on the next day, whatever, so you can kind of catch that average price. Anyways, looking at the daily time frame here, the stochastics are bearish. The MACD rejecting the zero is bearish. The RSI is also bearish. Yes, you guessed it. All three of these indicators bearish. So ultimately validating the idea that we do have lower to go, I would think. We're in this bull flag here, but we're not quite at the base of it, right? Like let me draw a straight line here. Let's see. Something like right there, maybe. Yeah. Right, we're not at the base of it yet. We could go a little bit lower. Something right below 33 cents sounds about right to me. Afterwards, after we find our support and we do move higher, when we are finally ready to break out and see some glorious upside, which I very much do believe is going to happen here in the month of October, we should be seeing new all-time highs. If not in October, then certainly by the end of the year, we should be reaching for dramatically higher targets. I have a feeling that right now, being at 36 cents, by the end of October, Stellar Lumens will have no problem being worth more than well above $1, if not even above $2, ultimately moving up to what I would assume is going to be something around $2.30 or higher. If we take, I think it's this high to low. Maybe it's 250. Yeah, 217 here. Typically with the 1.414, you do go just above this area, and that's where I think we're going to go. I don't think that from the last bull market, right, from the last bull market here, high to low, I don't think that we're just going to stop at the first target. I would assume that we go a little bit higher. Going to 357 seems a bit like a far stretch, in my opinion, at least by the end of October. But by the end of the year, we could certainly be up here. I'm thinking $2.20, $2.50, somewhere in that area. That's where we're going to be. But time will tell. Ultimately, what I'm really calling for here is we consolidate a little bit more within this range. And then whenever it's October, we're going to look to break out of this range. We're not just breaking out of this range. We're not breaking out of this range. We're breaking out of this whole range here. So you should see a really spectacular move come into play. I think that by the end of October and going into the end of the year, you should see something that's, resemblant of what we did back in 2017. I'm not saying that we're going to move up like this. I don't think Stellar, it'll have a hard enough time getting above $20. Not that it's not possible to do, but I would think what a 10x from here would be 360, 20x from here would be it would be about 720. I don't think that we're going to see too much more than like a 20 to 40x there, something in that range, high to low. We could, you never know. Crazy things can happen. But I would assume we stop at that $8 to $10 level by the end of the cycle, if not $22 to $33 by the end of the cycle, somewhere in that range. It's a big range, but that should likely be somewhere in 2026. So going into the end of the year, going into the end of 2025, I would assume that we're probably closer to this $2.50 to $4 target area, but time will tell. We're going to move up at a very, very fast rate, you guys, whenever we do break out of this. When we do get above about 62 cents, that's how we know it's time to rally. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said it all. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.